Hey guys, Stephen Fillers here, back in the garage. Today we're looking at Warren's 4x Fender flares, and with Warren we have Brad. How you doing, Brad?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for coming in today.
Thanks for having us.
So Brad, the purpose of this video, I kind of want to cover three major things. The first is going to be kind of the construction of the product, how it's made, what it's made of. The second thing is going to be the features and benefits. And last but not least, of course, is the installation process. So Brad, starting us off, what about the build quality? Give us that story there.
All right, so these are built out of it's a multi-layer Senso sand plastic. Okay. So it's not just a blow molded, flimsy ABS plastic. It's more of an OE style quality trim piece, and then we paint it with an OE matte black finish on here. So that's going to match your factory trim really well, but also paintable finish if you do want to paint them to match.
Good deal. And I will say, for the viewers at home, you can probably already tell this, but this almost looks like it came from the factory this way. It really is a great design from Warren there. Now moving to the next thing, the features and benefits. What kind of features have you built into this product?
So the features, obviously there's some additional tire coverage, and being the heavier duty plastic, it's actually going to protect that fender and give it a little bit more rigidity than having just that bare fender on there. So it is actually a structural piece. We incorporated not only the style of the vehicle, so we're really matching the body lines with them. Definitely. Also integrating some splash guard there just to protect that body from usually you're running an oversized tire with a flare like this. Really what makes these unique is the attachment to the vehicle though. Yeah. So we've got a real heavy duty like H-style seal on here, but the biggest thing with these is most of your pocket style fender flares on the market, these are absolutely cosmetic.
Decorative.
These are functional. These are actually bolting it to the fender with what we call super bolts. They are a bolt that has got an industrial grade adhesive that goes onto the fender. So these are actually functioning bolts. So this thing is not going to flap, it's not going to wiggle, it's not going to rub on this paint at all.
That's great. Right. So with most fender flares, you have just a few screws and you're done. It's usually no drill. In your case with the super bolts, how does that affect the install process?
So it does make it a little bit more challenging, where you're going to need a buddy. Yeah. You're going to need two people to really line that thing back up and get it positioned in place since you're dealing with those adhesives. The process is really to test fit it, kind of mark where these bolts are going to hit. There's an adhesion promoter that you put on behind where each bolt's going to land, and then you and a friend line it back up where you got it marked, set it into place, and then press these things onto the fender.
So speaking about those super bolts, that actually leads us perfectly into the installation process. So let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate this? But also, what about a timeline for the average Joe installer out there?
Having those adhesive points on there like that, I think this is probably around a 5. Okay. Just because of the precision aspect of getting it lined up and getting it back on there, and needing that extra set of hands to make sure it lines up on there. Gotcha. That first flare is probably going to take about an hour to do, and then you should get a little bit quicker as you go on. So probably half an hour to 45 minutes per flare after that. Okay, so not too bad. At a 5 out of 10, like we always say, that's probably something you can do on your own. But if you have any questions or hesitations about doing this yourself, check the description below the video. We'll have a dealer locator there so you can find a local dealer in your area who's more than happy to make this install happen for you. Okay guys, so that's a wrap on the Warren 4x Fender flares. Now Brad, before we go, thanks for coming today. All right, thanks for having me.
It's been a pleasure. Now viewers at home, if you like the video, leave us a like. If you love the video, feel free to subscribe and click the bell icon for notifications anytime we release a new video. As always, if you have any questions or comments, leave those in the comments below. But if you just want more details about the product, check the description. We'll have a dealer locator there so you can make that purchase or the installation decision happen. Thanks again for tuning in. This has been Total Truck Centers in the Garage.